I don't even think anyone's gonna watch this. Hey guys, it's Genesis, and usually I don't make videos on this channel. It's usually just my covers, but I found this tag and I really needed to answer the questions for it because it's the musical theater kid tag, and I'm a huge musical theater kid, so I just decided, hey, I gotta do it. So yeah, so if you watch this, I hope you enjoy it, and if you click it off right now, thanks. Question 1. Favorite show you've performed in? Hands down, probably Hairspray. I was in such an incredible cast of people who worked so hard. They were so dedicated, they were so talented, and we definitely hit a lot of roadblocks, and I hit a lot of personal roadblocks too. And it was a really difficult time for me, but everyone was so supportive and loving, and we all got through it together. And I think that's one of the most important things in theater, is to work together and get through difficult times. So I miss you guys. Least favorite show you've performed in? I hate saying things like this, but I definitely think that my least favorite show was Oliver, because even though I was in a great cast and the kids were really great and everyone was so kind, I just had a really difficult time with the experience of it. I was very stressed out. I was very upset with how I was doing personally, and I don't know. I was Nancy, and I was one of the older kids in the show, and it was just really difficult. And I don't know. That's probably why it's my least favorite. Favorite role you've played? This is gonna be so contradicting with what I just said, but my favorite role is Nancy. She was so much fun to play. Her character was so great. You can play her in so many different ways, and I always had fun playing her and finding different ways to say things and different ways to interpret how she would act at that point. And also her song As Long As He Needs Me is incredible. It gives me chills. I love it so much. It's one of my favorite solos to ever perform. Most embarrassing moment on stage? I have two. First one has to do with Oliver. And I had As Long As He Needs Me and the reprise of As Long As He Needs Me. And both were great songs, and I knew all the words, and it was really, really good. The reprise I was always a bit shaky on, and the musical director, she was so great, so talented. She helped me a lot, but sometimes she kind of neglected the older kids because she had the younger kids to deal with, and I can definitely see why that would have to happen in a show like Oliver. But it was really tough for me to do things by myself. So when it got to opening night, we did 2 or 3 shows, and when it got to opening night, I completely blanked on the words of the reprise. I just forgot them completely, and once I got to the point where I couldn't remember anything else, I just walked off stage. I was in tears. I couldn't think of anything else, and I was just like, I'm out. I can't. And then the next song I had was the next song I had was Papa, and that's a really upbeat song. It's really, you're dancing and you're having a great time. And I was just crying because I was so embarrassed that I forgot the words. So, I don't know, that was really, really embarrassing. And the second one was in Hairspray, and during Welcome to the 60s, we had these platforms. It doubled as the Corny Collins TV show set, and during Welcome to the 60s, we used the platforms, and I had to walk off the platforms at the end of the song, and the spotlight would come on for the Dynamites because they had like this little playoff thing, and they would do their scats and stuff, and it was all cool. And the first night it went really well, and I would use like the bit of light that I would get from the spotlight to guide my way off of the platform. And for some reason on the second night, the spotlight took a lot longer to get on. And so I was just like, I can't wait for this to happen. Like, I need to get off stage right at this moment. And so I start coming off the platform, and I just face first into the stage, down, right on my knee, had a huge bruise, and everyone's all freaking out, and I'm crying. Well, actually, no, I was holding it in, but on the inside, I was crying. and it was just really embarrassing. And my parents were there, and during intermission, I usually don't text during a show, but during intermission, I texted my dad, and I said, "Did you just see me bust my ass on stage?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was just like, "Oh crap!" So people could see it. And then after the show, I went up to him, and I was like, "So was it really noticeable that I fell?" He was like, "Wait, you fell?" And I was just like, "Dad, I texted you," and I was like, "Did you see me fall?" And he was like, "Oh, when you said bust your ass, I thought you meant work really, really hard on stage." I was just like, "So did you see me fall?" No, I worried for nothing. Worst injury you've gotten from a show? It would have probably had to been that fall. It wasn't even a bad injury. I hurt my knee really bad. It was bruised up. I had a lot of ice packs on it. You know. Go to audition song. I've never repeated a song for an audition. I always change it every time I have an audition. But I think my favorite song that I've ever used for an audition was probably... Ooh, this is tough. I really enjoyed singing It's a Business from Curtains for my Annie audition. I auditioned for Miss Hannigan, and Carmen Bernstein from Curtains is a really, brassy, big character, and so is Miss Hannigan. So I thought, oh, these two characters are pretty equal. So It's a Business is her big solo in Curtains, and I just thought it was a really good audition song for that particular character. Ever seen any shows on Broadway? I have. I've seen Grease. That was the first show I ever saw on Broadway, and I saw it with Max Crumb and Laura Osnes, and it was so incredible. And then I've seen Rock of Ages twice. Yeah, Rock of Ages. What a shock. Ah! Broadway idol. I have a lot of off-Broadway idols. Uh, but for a Broadway idol, this is gonna sound so basic, but Idina Menzel, I know she's had a lot of vocal problems because she said that she's damaged her voice from Wicked, but she's so amazing. Like, her voice, her range is incredible. I don't know. I don't know. Some of your favorite memories from backstage or rehearsals? Okay. During Curtains, I was in Curtains for my school, and during Tech Week, all of the leads, they were all getting mic'd, and it was taking a really, really long time. And there's a song for the beginning of Act 2, and it's called He Did It, and we're all supposed to be sleeping. And we were all in our little, pajamas, and we had our blankets and stuff, and we're waiting for, the okay from our tech director to start. And we all just got together, everyone who either was already mic'd or didn't have to get mic'd, we all got together and we just sat there and played Truth or Dare. And it was so much fun because it was my first year at the school, and I was just getting to know everyone, and then just being able to sit around with everybody and get to know them was a good experience for me because I got to meet them, I got to learn about them. That was fun. I've had so many great times with shows, so it's really difficult for me to pick specific, backstage or rehearsal moments. How many leads have you played before? I was Rose in Bye Bye Birdie. I was Nancy and Oliver. I was Miss Priscillius in Pippi Longstocking. I don't know. For those of you who are familiar with the show Almost Maine, I was Marcy. I don't know if that counts as a lead because it's it's basically a compilation of scenes, and no stories are they're not a continuation of each other. So I don't know if that counts as a lead because everyone basically had the same amount of stage time, and I don't know. Does that count? I guess. And then also, we did Rhode Island Drama Fest, my school, and I played Helen in Baby with Bathwater. And I also was in a scene called Small World, and I was Woman 2. But I don't know if those count as leads either, because they're another thing where it's like it's a compilation and no scenes are a continuation off of each other. So I don't know if those count or not. I don't know. Ever had a rehearsal meltdown? Yes, but I'm not going to tell the story because it's really, really personal and I just don't want to share it. But yeah, during Hairspray, I had a couple. What do you normally keep in your rehearsal bag? I don't bring a bag to rehearsals. I I don't know. I usually just kind of bring a water, my script, and that's basically it. Unless I need like character shoes, I'll bring those. Or if I need a costume piece, I'll bring that. But other than that, I really don't bring a bag of anything. How many playbills do you own? Well, with Rock of Ages alone, what's 26 times 3? Because I get 3 every time I go because of me and my parents. Give me a second. Here we go. Alright, well that's 78. So probably over 100. Have you ever gotten caught up in drama with one of your cast members? Who hasn't? There are just people you don't like, and even though I try to stay out of the drama, it's pretty difficult to do when everyone is drama. You know, like everyone is an actor and we all have our personalities, and some people have egos and they clash, and so it's kind of inevitable to be caught up in drama in theater. What is your favorite costume you've ever worn? My Nancy costume. I will put a picture here. That was my favorite costume. The dress was incredible, and it was like a steampunk Oliver. So they were like hanging all of these like metal pieces on it, like just random metal pieces like forks and spoons and then like clocks, and I just had things all over my costume, and it was just so beautiful. I loved it so much. What's your least favorite costume you've ever worn? Hmm. I don't know if I have a least favorite costume. I don't think I do. Actually, you know what? When I was Marcy in Almost Maine, it's set in winter, and we performed the show in May. And let's just say it was so warm. It was insane. I had to wear Ugg boots, jeans, a hat, a scarf, gloves, and a big like winter jacket, and I was dying. It was so warm. It was oh, even though the show was incredible, it was so warm and I couldn't do it. I couldn't. Ever had a stage kiss? No, I have not. Tap, ballet, or jazz? I can't dance for shit. I can't. It's not possible. Um, I did take a tap dancing class at Summer Stars at the summer camp I went to, and that's a lot of fun. I really like tap, but I think it gets really complex as you go on. But, you know, I think out of those, that'd probably be my favorite. What's your dream role? Ready? We're gonna count how many I have. Actually, it might not be that many. Oh well. Rizzo, Tracy Turnblad. I'm already blanking on all of them. Ursula, Little Mermaid. I really want to play Nancy again. I really would like to play Rose again from Bye Bye Birdie. Sherry from Rock of Ages. I mean, Regina from Rock of Ages. Justice from Rock of Ages, but I mean, I don't think that's possible exactly. Roxy or Velma from Chicago. I can't think of any more, but I'm sure there's more. There probably is. So yeah, that is the end of the musical theater kid tag, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you watched it, and I hope you I don't know, if I make more videos, you should watch them too. So I will see you in the future. Bye! Of course, the whole point of doing a tag video is to tag other people to do it too, and I completely forgot to say it in the video, but I tag Emily Hill, Mikey Pion, Carissa Fortier, and anyone else who would like to do the musical theater kid tag. I invite you to do it. It's a lot of fun. Alright, bye guys.